Oh hey internet, what is up? Welcome back to the TechQQ channel as we take the wheel of our Cuphead character and fight on against Satan himself. Not really Satan. We're kind of on the cusps of fighting Satan, but we're still against the Dice Man. I forget his name. Was Dice King Dice? Dice King? Bowser? Dr. Robotnik? This asshole. Whoever he is, we're still whacking away at him. And I'd like to say, you know, in our second video here, we're taking him down. But no, unfortunately not. This is gonna be another sort of slow-moving progress run. I mean, there is some progress to be had, but it is a bit more of a trial and error type of thing. For example, we learned one big thing about this boss that's not really evident right now is that you have to hit him in the fucking face. You can't just be lazy like I am here and just shoot him. You actually have to hit him in the face. You can actually see right there when you hit him in the face, it actually flashes. And when it flashes, you can kind of register that as him taking damage, other than just the fact that you're just connecting. I was also wondering, like, what the hell? We're hitting him a ton, but our special is not really growing. So we're like, what's going on? And it's at that moment we're like, okay, you have to hit him in the face because he does that little flash of white to show that you actually hit him. He's dealing damage, and then you can see on our gauge is going up a little higher as well every time we hit him in the face. So, guy gets a lot less tankier when you know exactly where to hit him. But I suppose that makes sense as well because with the yellow demon Mega Man, I believe you had to hit him in the eye. So, I suppose that's quite the nod to him, even to the point where you have to kind of give him a jumping charge to the face. Overall, in this video, I think, despite the fact we don't make much of any progress against El Boss of Dice, we could say that we're generally going to make a lot of progress with these mini bosses here, to the point where there's one run near the end of it that we nearly block out the entire roulette wheel. Like, all right, well, I guess we've beaten them all. I guess we'll fight the boss now. However, there is still some that give us trouble. Like every time we roll a 1 and face those 3 alcoholic drinks, I just reset. Those guys suck so hard. As well as the number 7 spot, which is the roulette wheel girl. We've figured out how to beat her. When you parry those chips, they come down and they're sort of platforms. Still, even when we're doing it correctly and trying to jump over and everything like that, she just beats us to death. But I don't think, putting on the smoke screen is going to help, where this trinket's giving us two more hit points. Because we'll need it as we walk into fireballs like a absolute moron. But yeah, I was playing. I think I was playing the Kaiju Big Battle demo recently, and I was just like, I was rattling off. I forget what I was saying. Like, oh, we're not going to really, don't expect maybe a full run of this. We're just kind of trying something out in the meantime. And I was kind of giving a list of all the games we were playing. I was like, like Jetbuster, and I was like, holy shit, we completely forgot Cuphead was a thing. So, especially where we're right at the end. So, we got to make sure we wrap this up, even if it does take us a few videos to beat this asshole. I can't imagine there's too much left. And much like anything else in Cuphead, when it comes to the quote-unquote challenge, it's all about hey, as long as when you familiarize yourself with the stuff, it's a cakewalk. Well, current mental issues about coordinating your appendages when you see certain things on the screen seems to be a bit more of a difficult thing, but that's the idea. You know, the more we see of these bosses, the less hard they're going to be. And it's just a initial wall. It's an initial steep of difficulty, just because, you know, there's 9 new bosses essentially. You know, granted we don't have to play all of them, but you know, in any run we could roll any number of dice to get there. So, you know, it would probably behoove us to be decent at these guys. And this one should be a rather cakewalk for us, but I'll tell you what, the fucking trees that come in our view are a motherfuck. And even the small ones. Oh, and there's like a light post as well. Not that I had an excuse for that. But yeah, trying to focus on, you know, the bullets is one thing, and the headless horseman, yeah, sure. But yeah, just the trees that are in the foreground every second. You're just like, it's just breaking your focus on what's going on. Alright, let's beat the cigar here. Certainly one of the more commonly faced bosses. And really, I think when it comes down to it, we should not be taking a hit against him. You know, if we're fighting him this many times, you know, in a perfect world, we would be, you know, beating him with all our hit points, and maybe just like that with our supercharged all the way up, just so we come across that first boss we don't necessarily feel comfortable with. You know, we can hit him with a super move, whether that be the roulette girl or the magic 8-ball. We don't see a lot of the magic 8-ball either. Who's at number 5? Well, the bunny. The bunny is kind of an asshole, too. He has a couple of... So there we go. We're going to use our special on him. He has this attack, which is a little strange, where you have to jump and parry into that as it comes down. Not the easiest thing to do. I mean, unless you have the auto parry trinket, you know, or equipped item. See, that you can do that all day. That's not... Don't even worry about that. It's easy stuff. But, there we go. Easily done. Easily knocked out. On to the next part. Another piece of health there. Number 7. Unfortunately, I think this might be the roulette person. The roulette girl. Yeah, it is. I mean, granted, we are very close to a special. Right there, in fact. So we're just going to just hit her as soon as we can with it. A bit slow picking up. Yeah, I was really slow, taking 2 points of damage immediately as she kind of just tramples on. Yeah, one thing to remember is that you really... Yeah, she is nearly taking down all 5 of our hit points. Yeah, we beat her, but like barely. So I don't know. Maybe is this the point where we can consider maybe changing our entire like layout, because this one boss, if we ever reach 7, just kills us. I'm not sure, because I know with the smoke screen you just kind of, yeah, okay, you just dash through her and, you know, that's the end of it. But, you know, I mean, is it so bad without it that, you know, that we can't be trusted to beat her with 4 hit points, you know? I mean, we're sitting at 5 and now we're on the brink of annihilation. Granted, we have the special here. And there we go. So yeah, you know, although killed by the Magic 8 Ball, you can blame the Roulette Girl there pretty much for the entirety. I mean, yeah, you know, like I'm saying, we're making progress on the bosses, but still, you know, unlucky number 7, you know, is still you know, a giant thorn in our ass. You know, and aside from you know, going to the main screen and changing our layout to you know, to 3 hit points and that we can dash through things and not take damage, I'm not, you know, I guess, you know, I'm not so sure we've ever been, you know, that reliant on our dashes to really feel confident about that move, you know. You know, especially when you have a couple like shoot 'em up levels where you don't necessarily take advantage of the smoke screen. So it's a difficult choice. You know, it's almost just like, you know, just get good. You know, hit number 7 enough where you can just take care of her and without too much hassle and don't have to worry about it. You know, take as many hit points as you can to the, you know, the final boss and worry about that then. But if it was only so easy. Real bad there. Getting hit by a parryable bullet, you know, we really should be parrying on that. Although, kind of right above those spikes, so maybe it was, you know, unavoidable. Alright, so on to the next part with 4 HP into special. So if we do roll, you know, a 3 and then a 1, oh, 2, in fact, that would have been like the only bad spot to get. 1 gives us health, 2 gets us a boss and nothing, 3 is a safe spot. Although this one's, I would say, would be rather easy if we could just get the sort of like black silhouettes out of our eyes for just 5 seconds, you know. Truly the most difficult thing about this boss. You know, when I'm not like just running into things. There he goes. 2 hit points. Moving on to the next part. Not the strongest run ever. I mean, we do have a health at 8. There we go. And skipping over 7 as well, so that's pretty amazing. What's this, I think this is the Magic 8 Ball. Yeah. And certainly a good boss to use our special against as well. There we go. He can eat all of that. So up to 3 hit points. If we can beat this guy without taking damage, that's certainly going to be the main objective. Well, there we go. I don't recall him having a lot of hit points. There we go. So, 2 hit points with just a few blocks left. The crane symbol monkey at 9. The safe spot, the start over spot. There's the safe spot. So anything but a 1 will get us into the boss fight. All right, boss fight. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So this just giant wall of enemies that you have to kind of parry through. So that didn't work out so well. But you can kind of see how we're going to be given a special rather quick if we're going to be parrying that much, you know. So yeah, fuck these guys. Straight up. You know, if there's no other reason to just retry on a 1, it's that those guys also fucking suck. I mean, maybe they're super easy, and I've just kind of been too bullheaded to figure out the quick way to beat them, but I don't even bother. Like, why even bother playing at a 1, you know? And although this guy kind of gave limited challenge, at least now it's a little bit faster now that we know just to shoot him in the face. And there we go. Fast stuff. Yeah, like, look, just under three specials, just under 3 worth of shots. Where even the cigar guy, you know, will fill up your special gauge. Safe spot there. A 2 will get us a heart. Other than that, not really any sort of prerogative. I mean, a 1's not bad, but you certainly don't want to roll a lot of them just so you have to defeat every last enemy in the stage. But sitting at 6 hit points, not bad. There we go. I seem to have a way of just making sure I don't have too much of a good thing and just kind of correct myself as I say it. Do have a special, but I think we've made enough progress on this boss not to really, yeah, exactly, not to worry about it. So, health point less than we did before, which is kind of a shame. Not the hardest boss ever. So, here we are again. A 1 will get us health. A 2 will get us nothing. 3 will get us a safe spot, so that's not so bad. So a 3 will get us health. Here we fucking go. We all know what number 7 is. We do have our specials, so if we ever feel that we're going to be threatened by a damage, we could use it, but there we go, we just lost another piece of damage. And again, however, it looks like we're going to take a 3rd piece of damage, so we might as well. Yeah, what a pain in the ass. And even worse, I don't think charge is the weapon to use for her with this current loadout. Because when you parry something, it sort of restarts your charge. So, you know, if we're always floating around the screen, parrying these chips to make sure that they're kind of flipped down for us to jump on, you know, our charge is never going to be full. So it's really, yeah, she's really presented a sort of damned if you do, damned if you don't type of thing. And I'm sure a lot of the bosses are done like that, where if you have certain loadouts, you know, they absolutely just demolish you. I mean, so far we seem to have a pretty decent loadout for most things, you know. It's just a matter if we can have a lucky round where we kind of get the bosses, you know, that we usually have an easy time with, and skip over 7 entirely. That's probably what we're looking for. There's no real telling whether or not we're going to get 7 until we land on it, that sort of thing. Oh, fuck. Getting hit for a point of damage there where we really should not be taking damage. Like, honestly, if we can hit this guy and maybe the bosses in 4, 5, or 6 and not take damage, that's really kind of where we want. Granted, we're healed there, but I think we've talked about, you know, talked about that ad nauseum. How we're not really healing ourselves. We're missing our 6th point of health that we could have had, and we're gonna, I would say, fall right on those spikes, get hit by that. So yeah, so back down to 4. able to parry that dice the last time it came around, but down to 3, this is turning out real shit. Able to take him down, but yeah. Not a very good run. Hopefully not not that 1 into 7. Magic ball, I believe. Certainly not the hardest boss, as we're now kind of getting more accustomed to how he plays. You know, he really does sit there and take a lot of damage. So as long as we're dodging the balls, the blocks, and the occasional bullet there, we're all good. And he certainly, I'm sure, did not like the special. And we might as well get rid of it before we have to face the monkey. I don't think the monkey's going to be a boss to really hit the special with. And he takes quite a lot of hits. So he's a good place to heal back up. So a 1 gets us that boss. A 2, safe spot. Getting real close. I was saying the 3 would have started us over, which we wouldn't have done. Granted, you know, the places that we have cleared would stay clear. But here we are, we have to face the memory monkey again. So if you haven't seen this boss before, rather easy boss, as long as you know when to create distance and when to go in and do damage. You know, I would say, you know, don't be greedy, you know. You kind of have all the time in the world with this guy, and he's really not going to give you anything different or surprise you very much. Yeah, that's painful though. As we kind of a lot of panic finding the match there, causing us to get hit twice, when we really have no business being hit at all. I mean, they show all the cards before the fight. It's just a matter, I guess, remembering the order. And some of them are very similar. And every time you make a match, you can damage a little bit more. But as you can see, we're at 4 already when it comes to specials, and we'll likely have a full gauge when this is all said and done. So, you know, a slow slog of a boss, but nothing hard. So it's a shame that, you know, we have the opportunity to face the boss with 4 hit points, and instead it's going to be 2. You can tell though that those cymbal crashes, the musical notes, they don't actually extend even to the fullest part of the screen. So, yeah, really not a threatening boss at all. It's just time consuming, really. Alright, so without any more matches to make, yeah, there it is. Just sort of beat him down type of thing. Alright, so here we are at a 1, 2, and 3. We certainly don't want a 2. And there's a 2. Motherfuck. So we're back at the beginning. Luckily, some of them are quite clear. Looks like, however, we're facing boss number 5 now. Because we have to, you know, absolutely kill them all with the bunny here. You know, a special mainly made for the Dice Man, not the bunny, but we're hoping to kind of get a special out of it all the same, despite taking damage. So, I mean, So we got our special back. However, you know, I don't know if there's any spaces on the board that will give us health anymore. No, there isn't. All right, boss 6 while we're at it.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
Use the special right there. I mean, we should be able to get our special back in no time with, well, okay, never mind. So, pretty disappointing that is. Although, you know, we had 2 hit points going towards the final boss. It's just a, you know, my god, did we have to kill every last one of them, you know?
A brawl is surely brewing. And begin.
Trying to steal some damage there. I suppose the homing wouldn't be a bad choice while he's stretched out. If we're looking to do some damage in the on some downtime, do some charges when he's low, and then do some homings while he's high. Although, you know, he's quick to kill either way, so I guess not a giant rush. So sitting pretty at 6 hit points. 2 seems to be sort of the magic number here. So why not? Why not hit a 3? I mean, granted it's the cigar guy. And we should not take damage. With some heavy emphasis on the word should. So there's 1 point gone. I wonder what your maximum hit points could be if you kind of perfect the bosses and picked up all the hearts. You know, you probably could get up to like maybe like 9 hit points. There he goes there. We were at 6. How many more pieces of hearts are there? Yeah, you can get up to 8 maximum. My god, the way we're playing it seems like that's exactly what we need to do. Just perfect and get to the boss with 8 hit points and hope to just power through.
A brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
I'm not sure this is the right boss to use a special on, because you have all those moving spikes on the floor. You know, you never know when your special is really going to be over and when you're going to fall. And the vulnerable frames, you know, isn't that significant that you can rely on, you know, a safe fall. However, took him down all the same. And we're about halfway there towards we're a little over halfway towards another special, so if we face somebody of some significance, we can get our special back in no time. Well, there's a health back. 5. Number 5. Who's 5 again? Oh, the rabbit. I don't think we're going to get away from this guy with scot-free, you know, without taking damage, which is the sad thing. I think it's moves like that, and the playing card guys that come down from the ceiling. This is the move right there, and that's bullshit. That is bullshit. That thing passed me. You know, we kind of went with the strategy of like, okay, if I can't dodge it, I'll put a special move through it, and I did. I don't know why we still took damage. Seems awfully foolish, but took him down all the same. So 5 hit points, not doing so bad. And about halfway through. But yeah, look, we just have to like, what are we gonna do? Roll a 1, 7. Fuck. I mean, even at 5 hit points, we saw what happened last time. You know, she took 4 of them. So, however, we are going with the strategy of changing the homing 4 to 4, just so we can always be shooting, always do damage, other than always screwing up our charge. And you can kind of like, if you can manage it, kind of hang in the middle of the screen and just bounce between, you know, the 2 chips there. Yep. She's already hit us twice. There it is. I mean, we know the homing's not going to do a ton of damage. But it's supposed to kind of remove the pressure of taking 4 points of damage while trying to defeat her. So, I mean, I guess it did, to a small degree, of not taking 1 more point of damage, but... Alright, we're at the safe spot. Alright, on to the boss fight again. 2 hit points. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a dash. Yeah, that's painful, because you have to jump, dash, and then stop parrying as you get through. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that stuff. And we'll come back and fight on with Cuphead in the future.